Hey, yeah, fantastic. Paul O'Donoghue from over on the Eastern Islands in New Zealand. Paul, great to have you on board. And let's start this off by, can you share exactly, give us a bit of the Paul O'Donoghue story, who you are, the name of your business, and what you're the best in the world at?
For sure, for sure. Good drum roll. Thanks, Andrew. Hey, Paul O'Donoghue. I am the founder of a company called SalesStar, and we specialize in sales force transformation. So we work with mid-sized companies who have tend to have sales teams of 4 to 20 salespeople,
Yeah, right.
and the high growth companies, predominantly forward-thinking. How would I say, growth-minded business owners and CEOs that are often feeling really frustrated that they're not getting the results they want from their sales team, and they really just have no idea on what to do to improve that. So where we come in and what we're the best at is putting the science behind sales success. So that starts with giving the CEOs the right data, the right information, so they can make intelligent decisions as to how to improve sales.
Yeah, perfect. Fantastic. And bloody good at what you do too, I might just add. Hey, listen, one of the
Thank you.
questions I wanted to ask, Paul, is before you came and started working with us inside of our 12-week Fast Start program, what were you experiencing in your business that made you just say, you know what, I need to do something different? Tell us a little bit about life before coming and working with us.
Well, before coming to working with you, we had a pretty traditional sales model, which our coaches, we've got 24 coaches working in 6 countries, and they predominantly work one-on-one with clients.
Hmm.
So that's one thing. We wanted to transition from that one-on-one time to a more scalable model.
Hmm.
So I think the message from you and Rana was multiplying your conversations, something along those lines. And I was like, yes, I'm into scale. I'm into not just selling one-to-one, but coaching one-to-many.
Hmm.
So I was really interested in the group coaching programs that you're running and the experience share that you could provide us with that. And the other thing that I was super interested in and we weren't using was an organic strategy for LinkedIn, because we're doing paid advertising, which is working like a boss, really effective. But I know, just thinking in the future, when big corporates get onto using paid advertising, that could go through the roof. And I wanted to, I know it's a massive land grab right now for future clients and connecting with them. So I needed
Yeah.
a better strategy for that.
Yeah, gotcha. So you have paid, but you wanted to add organic, just an
Yes.
activity-based strategy into it. Perfect, Ripper. So you came and joined us. What were your expectations? Day one, you're starting off with. What were your expectations? It's only 12 weeks. It goes really quick. Did you
Yeah.
have any big goals that you really wanted to get clear on over that time?
Yeah, the main goal for us was just working out the strategy on how to use LinkedIn as an organic strategy for targeting leads.
Hmm.
Using LinkedIn as a whole, like there were, I was conscious that I didn't know enough about LinkedIn,
Hmm.
and what I wanted to get out of it was coming out really having a good grasp of how to use LinkedIn to influence our communities and our future clients.
Yeah, right. So let me fast forward you through then into the program. Do
Mm.
you think the 12 weeks with us, you were able to achieve your goal? And if so, or if not, give us a bit of a story as to whether you did or didn't.
100% and more so. Thanks, Andrew. It was a fantastic program. The things that we got out of it were like every touch point was a high value touch point for us. And it started with the simple things like optimizing our profile. Like my profile was like the before and after. It was embarrassing to see what it looked like before. So the after is something that we're pretty proud of.
Yep.
Thinking about how clients search and using search optimization in your profiles. Um, Looking at, for me, it was the whole process of targeting clients. Because we were using advanced search techniques and LinkedIn Navigator, but we weren't using it effectively from an organic point of view. So the whole strategy in terms of your connection strategy, your lead message, your booster message, your ask, all of that is a process. And what we got out of it was a rigorous process and a strategy. The other thing that surprised me about the program was the amount of accountability, and that was awesome. You know, we had one of your best coaches, and you know, Max held our marketing team accountable to doing the numbers.
Yep.
You know, from a coaching point of view, we've got high performance coaches at Salestar. So, you know, when I see another high performance coach walk the talk and hold us accountable, I just love that stuff. So, yeah, doing the numbers. And I think you could try and figure this out yourself, like we could have done. But I think, you know, for me, I'm a big believer of using specialist coaches. If you want to get somewhere faster, you know, go to someone who's trodden that path and has the expertise. Yeah. So certainly the influencer group have that in bucket loads. So for me, the outcome, I think you mentioned ROI. Look, one of the other things I will say is I was really interested in that transitioning from a one-to-one client to a group client. So with the work I did with you and Rana, we were able to get the strategy and the structures in place to start what we call the Rapid Growth Program, which is a 90-day program where we have business owners and their sales managers looking at rapid growth, which we dive into the 3 Ps of sales, which is a sales plan, a sales process, and pipeline management. Yep. And that's a kickstart for us and getting a bit of a taste for this group coaching. And it went so well. It blew our expectations. As you know, my goal was to get one cohort of 8 companies on board. Mm-hmm. We actually oversubscribed, and we ended up running 2 cohorts consecutively on that. So we ended up with 14 companies. So, you know, and they're paying $6,000 each over a 3-month period. And I would say probably a third of them came from an organic search, the organic LinkedIn strategy. So I calculated the return on investment. It was easily a 10x.
Perfect.
So,
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it's handy when the people who are doing the work do the bloody work. You know, as we say, DTFW. You know,
yes.
This program, yes, people say this is a LinkedIn program. It's actually not. It's an accountability and an activity-based program around organic business growth. We just use LinkedIn as the tool, and what you guys did really well was follow the system, trust the process, and do the work. So fantastic work on that, Paul. One of the things that I like about this, and this is for everybody, is that what you come in for, you think was LinkedIn, what went out with was something potentially completely different. How do you see, and you finished with us a couple of months ago, and so this is a bit of a review a couple of months later. Where's business now so you're changing, what have you learned through this process? Have you changed your thinking at all? And where do you see the next 12 months going?
Well, you know, for us, the organic strategy is a staple part of our marketing mix. Yep. We've also lent on your virtual outsource LinkedIn administrators. So yep. we've got one of them working on 2 profiles in the business. Mm-hmm. So on my profile and my business partner Alex, and we plan on stepping that up. So you know, we're having conversations now with our coaches and everyone in the organisation to go full throttle on that, because I certainly see that as it's just a no-brainer. You know, it's easy to get a return on investment.
So just to get clarity on that for somebody who's listening, is we started a conversation with you and your profile, but as you realize, it being an activity-based strategy, what you do on one profile, if you do the same amount of activity on another profile, you double the return on that activity. Yes.
Yeah.
And so having 24 coaches around the world, it just sort of makes sense over time to be able to ultimately have 24 profiles doing this for you across the 6 countries.
Yeah, and the profiles that we're working on offers us a different market. We do have the right sales platform and tools that learning and development managers need to get across to develop and train their sales teams.
Yeah, perfect. Hey, listen, Paul, one final question, if I can sort of throw at you. What would you say to somebody who at the moment is sitting in their business doing what you were doing maybe 6 months ago, but they're thinking to themselves, I really want to step up and I want to grow my business organically? What would you say to them now to help their business grow?
Look, I wouldn't even think about it or hesitate to reach out to the influencer group. There's never been a better time than right now. Have a think about all the businesses and countries that are actually closed right now. They're locked down. Like I'm in New Zealand. We're locked down. This is a blue screen behind me of my office, but I'm at home. So, and a lot of people are frustrated out there because the wheels of the economy have just shut down. So, and I say to people, there's still a massive networking event going on in the world right now. And people are on it. It's called LinkedIn. And if you don't have a LinkedIn strategy, you're nowhere. So, having a LinkedIn strategy is going to easily help you identify the size of your market, who's in that market that you can contact and put into a strategy, having a fantastic strategy to have conversations with them, and building up a virtual sales funnel so you can bring them into a traditional sales process is vital to grow a business. So I would say if you're growth minded and you want to have a sound strategy, influencer, that's where it's at.
That is where it's at. So like I said, and thanks, Paul, go back over what you said. What you came into us with was an idea of taking your business from a one-to-one to a one-to-many type strategy. Add an organic channel into your business that supported other models as well. And all this helped you to achieve a 10x return. And if you think about it, being able to add 14 people at $2,000 a month on a recurring, what's that, $28,000 a month? You play that out over time, there's a $350,000, $400,000 addition to your business because you guys decided to take the activity. So Paul, listen, on behalf of the Influence Project, thanks for your time, buddy. Really appreciate it to have a chat. Keep safe. Keep well, keep healthy.
Thank you guys. I mean, you've changed our business, so it's awesome. Really appreciate it.
Ripper. And it looks like your daughter's saying exactly the same. So she's a future influencer, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, keep well, and thanks for your time.
All right. Go well.
See you, buddy. Bye.
See ya.